Hello, my name's Noel, psychotherapist. Welcome to my blog. Hope you don't mind the relaxed look. It tends to be the way I am. I think doing life in a slightly more relaxed way is a lot healthier than going around very stressed out about things. This video today is going to be a short video on what we call resilience, or having a network of people around you. It means the same thing, a good, useful network of people around you. If you like this, or if you don't like this video, if it's helpful or not helpful, I'd really appreciate hearing back from you. So do leave comments at the end, either on my YouTube channel or on my website, or just send me an email, info@noelmcdermott.net. If you want to talk more about the issues involved, do drop me a line and we can arrange an appointment. So what is resilience? It's a word I guess most people understand. It means the ability to deal with life's problems, if you like. And why do I connect that to having a good network of people around you? Because psychologically that is the truth. We are more resilient when we have more support. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? But we tend, when we're stressed out, to withdraw from support. Isn't that odd? We go into isolation and rejection. Maybe we behave in antisocial ways. Maybe we reach out and use drink or drugs and people get annoyed with us. Maybe we become obsessive, or we can become aggressive, in fact, as well as isolated and withdrawn. We can become aggressive when we're really stressed out. All of these behaviours may lead to us disconnecting from the very thing that we need to enable us to get through the problems in life. Also, I think we live in modern times. We don't live so much in small villages and clans anymore. Certainly in the I'm in London, and if you live in a big city, it actually can be quite difficult to imagine how to develop a network of people around you that is what it needs to be, which is diverse and heterogeneous, and interesting and caring and supportive. But we can do that. There are ways of doing it. There are a variety of self-help groups around, for example, that you can get help from. In the UK, there's a big investment now in mental health self-help groups as well. There have always been, for example, self-help groups around addiction recovery. The Anonymous Fellowships come to mind, but there are others, Smart Recovery, etc. So those are available if you have specific issues such as that. In general, though, building a resilience network is about developing friendships and getting people on board in that way. A great way of doing it is to make a list of the sorts of things that you're interested in doing. And if you can find a group that's involved in that sort of thing, you're more likely to find somebody that you connect with. So if you like going to cinema, you can check out if there's a local cinema group meeting. If you have an independent cinema next to you, then they will have these types of groups. Or you can look on Meetup, for example. This is a great way of getting involved in single interest groups. The great thing about those single interest groups is that the anxiety of meeting new people is contained by the focus on the activity. So the activity itself takes away the fear of getting to know people, because you can just talk about the thing that you're interested in and not be focused on your sort of interpersonal relationship to somebody. And in doing that, in doing the things that you love, you'll find the people that you love. That's a fairly common sense saying that's around, which I think has a lot of truth to it. So those are a few ways of thinking about how you might get into meeting up with people and beginning to develop relationships. And what should those relationships look like? Really what you want are mutually respectful relationships. So people don't offer you advice, for example, unless you ask for it. So they're respectful of that type of boundary. People have a broad network of friends themselves. They're not actively involved in any personal self-destructive behaviours. They don't seem to have any other agenda other than just enjoying your company or sharing the activity. So they're not trying to convince you to do stuff for them or asking you for money, for example. So those are the types of things you'd be looking for from this resilience network, and from the ability of the person to be able to talk about sort of how they feel about life and listen to you and how you feel about life. Once you're developing this network of people, and remember, you need to keep it as diverse as possible. Diversity is health in psychological and emotional terms. You then have a network of people around you to be what we call an active mirror, if you like, to reflect back to you in a friendly way, in a caring and loving way, what people see. So to become, if you like, your critical friend. In that way, you're developing relationships that are healthy for you, where people will give you honesty in a kind and compassionate way, and be there for emotional support. It sounds simple when I say it like that. I know it's actually sort of more difficult in practice, because in terms of making relationships, we all have our own neuroses and anxieties about that, and so do the people that we meet. But here's one way to start and think about it. Get your diary out now. Block out time in your diary for the next 3 months, which is called making friends time. Do that 3 or 4 times a week. Now, at this point, you may not have those people in the diary, but you will, when you reach that time in your diary, devote that time now to researching where you can meet people, maybe going out and doing things that involve you being in a social environment, and challenging your isolation, etc. So that way you begin to practice the skills that you need in terms of diarising and prioritising and going out and meeting people, which will lead you to the development of that network further down the line. I hope that's useful and helpful. Do give me some feedback on the video. Diverse, supportive, emotionally involved groups of people around us make us far stronger in the long run. It's not a sign of weakness to reach out and ask for help. It's a sign of strength. It's where our resilience comes from. Do send me your thoughts and feelings about the blog. Do get in touch if you're struggling with issues about connecting with people. Email me info@noelmcdermott.net, or call me 07506 319 745. That's 07506 319 745. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again another time. Bye bye.